Fishaholic fam? Well, welcome back to another episode, or welcome to the channel if you're a first-time viewer. My name is Rich, and thank you so much for clicking on this video and tuning in. And if you've been following along with the vids, this past week I was in Brazil, flew home to Florida, was there for 2 or 3 days, and then I flew out again to arrive here in New York, and I rented a car and drove all the way out here to the end, aka Montauk, back here to my home roots. And we're gonna try plugging in the surf this morning and see if we can get on a bite of hopefully some striped bass. And I'm gonna be here for like 8 days, kind of 9, but on the 9th day I fly back home to Florida. And I originally decided to like make these plans to come up here when a bunch of buddies and myself decided to fish the Montauk Canyon Challenge. So 2 of those days out of this week that I'm here, I'm gonna be getting offshore. But when I'm not doing that, I'm just gonna be fishing all over inshore, whether it's on a boat or from the surf or in the kayak. And I'm just gonna try and make a cool little series for you guys. And I know some of you were surprised that I didn't come up to Montauk this season for the summer, but if you saw some of my last vids, you kind of heard my explanation for that. And I was just looking for a change of pace, and I've loved it every step of the way since moving down south. But it was just itching at me to get back up here. And right now we've got a beautiful morning in the surf. It looks a little dirty back that way, so I'm gonna move down probably like 3/4 of a mile or a mile and hopefully find some clean, fishy water to catch some fish. So let's get after it. I'll see you guys at our first spots. Oh, it feels great to get back into the surf. I'm gonna start off with the Dark Matter Fishaholic Pulsar Popper. The sun literally just came up above the horizon, so I think this is like perfect time to throw some top water. And the reel that I'm using today is my number 5 Visser spinning reel with a 20-pound Green Moss Power Pro braid. I'm using a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader tied direct to a little T8 clip, so I can easily switch out the plug. And on my way out here yesterday, I stopped off at J&H Tackle and picked up this new 8-foot Dark Matter John Skinner surf spinning rod prototype, and I love it so far. And I haven't even like caught a fish on it. It just looks so sick. And you know, this rod fit perfectly with this little reel, and I feel like this will be perfect for having some fun action with some stripers in the surf. And with this, I'm not really expecting to catch anything too giant. So, if you know, any smaller size fish will be extremely fun with this. All right, no bites here. After throwing the popper, I tried a shad, I tried the bucktail here, and not a touch. So I'm gonna move down a little bit. We're at spot number 2 now, and I'm gonna start throwing the 3/4 ounce white Fishaholic squid bucktail here in this spot. And I want to work these, you know, 2 boulders right here, and if we don't get anything, then I'm gonna work down the shore around this point and fish all this structure, and hopefully that'll be enough to at least get the skunk out of the way for the day. All right, the water here is a little discolored, so I'm switching to green. There's one. Fish on the green. I knew I should have threw green at the last spot, but I don't know, I was just being impatient, I guess. There's a nice little striper. All right, well, still pretty dismal here. I only caught the one fish, and I fished all the way out onto the point here. And as I got further out there, it seemed like the water just got dirtier and weedier. So I'm gonna start working my way back, and possibly gonna hit like 1 or 2 more spots really quickly. And then I think gonna hop in the car and head over to the north side to see if we can find some more bait and some more fish. All right, well, we made it out here onto the north side, and it's really beautiful here today, but it's not looking too fishy. Like, I'm not seeing any birds out there diving. I'm not seeing any fish splashing or really any bait. And I also flew the drone around. I didn't spot any fish or see any bait. So we're gonna give it maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, I think, in this area. And if we don't get a bite, then we're gonna scrap this plan, probably go back and have a late breakfast, early lunch. And then my buddy Greg, he just texted me on the way here, and we're possibly planning on getting out on his boat and maybe just getting out and fishing like part of the incoming tide, which could be good to get on a bite, bucktailing or diamond jigging or throwing shads out in the rips. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that, most likely, because I can't really see this being too productive, but who knows? We're gonna try it and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna start whipping out there this little dark matter pencil popper. Got a decent rip still going out right here, so I think we might get lucky and just get like 1 or 2 fish that are possibly cruising by. Oh, there was a bite. That was a bass. I could tell from the sound of the bite. And there's a little pile of boulders right there, and that's probably where that fish was hanging out. So I'm going to try this little Yozuri now that's just a slightly smaller profile, and I'll have some different action, which might draw some more strikes. All right, no bites on the Yozuri. So I'm going to make a slight modification of my leader, because I'm using 40 now. I think we should be using 30 because this water is like gin clear. So I'm just gonna do a uni to uni to connect my braid to my leader. 30 pound and lighter. Usually I prefer to do this, not, but heavier than 30 pound, then I'll do the Albright knot. So you can see here, I use the Albright knot for this last leader. And then now I'm also gonna switch to the little baby Fishaholic dark matter pulsar popper. I want to try this one because this little plug has even a smaller profile. So if there's a lot more smaller bait here, it'll match the hatch a little bit better. And also if the fish are just finicky, then they'll probably eat something a little bit smaller. Oh, there's one on the pulsar. Whoo! Whoa, this little fish is ripping some drag now. Not sure what we have here. If it's a bluefish or a striper, and it might be like side hooked or something. There we go, a little cocktail blue. There he goes. Look how clear that water is. It's so cool. All right, well, after catching that bluefish, we fished a little bit further to the left, about like 50 yards, and it just started getting really bad with weeds. So I moved down like a couple hundred more yards, and we came to this point here, and we've still got a nice little outgoing rip going around it. So I think this is going to be our last spot to really hit hard, and hopefully I can get one more or two more fish here. Oh, getting swirled on. Oh, just got hit. Come on back, come on back, come on back. That was a weird bite. May have been another bluefish. Oh, still on it, still on it. Oh, look at it, he's right on it. There he is. Got him. Oh yeah. That was sweet. Really enticed that one to eat, unless it was more than one fish. well, I stopped recording because I really wasn't sure if I was recording, and just when I did that, that little striper dehooked himself and released himself, so that's okay. I didn't have to get my hands dirty. And oh wow, there's another one. Nice. Seems like a good amount of fish here. That's a real tiny one. There we go. All right, let's keep it going. That's 2 stripers right here. They're just hanging out in that little rip that's going like this, left to right. And up ahead, I saw that there was a couple cormorants swimming around. So there's probably a bunch of bait here. Oh, there was another bite. That one just hit it with its tail. Oh, and I think he's still on it. Oh yeah, he's still on it. He's still on it. He's still on it. He's still on it. Come on. Come on. You know, I just saw a fish bust on some bait right out there too, where we just got that bite. So there's probably a lot more fish here than, you know, what I'm seeing. Oh, there was another bite. Dang. Oh, there's another one. Oh my gosh. This one is really small. Oh my gosh. I gotta get another one that is at least like the same size as that first striper that we got right in this spot. That one was really fun. All right, well, we went from catching fish to getting some missed bites and then just swirls and follows. And I'm noticing the current is easing up a lot. So I'm gonna try one last thing before we head out of here. And that's this little 4-inch Fishaholic finback shad. So something a little bit more subtle might get us 1 or 2 more bites. Oh, there he is. Had a feeling that would work to get at least one more. Nice. All right, well, we're packing things up and the tide is going slack. We did have one more bite on the shad, and I threw around the pencil for like another 20-30 minutes without a touch, which I'm kind of not surprised. But we probably should have came to this spot much earlier in the morning, like when we were, you know, at the ocean spot. But you know, I was kind of going against the rule of thumb, and I was wishing more than fishing effectively. And that's because on the ocean, typically an incoming tide is the best, but we fished like the second half of the outgoing this morning. But I was just craving to get on like a good bite in the ocean surf, so I tried to go against that rule of thumb. And I paid for it a little bit and sacrificed a little bit of time, but luckily we made the right decision and came here just in time before the end of the outgoing, and we were able to get on a little bite. But I was going to continue the video into like a fishing sesh out in my buddy Greg's boat. But being that we got on a little bite here, I think I'm just gonna end the video because I don't wanna make this video like 40 or 50 minutes long. And I will continue this same day, fishing out on the boat, out on the rips, and hopefully we can get on a bite out there. So hit the subscribe button to stay tuned. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this. And I'll probably be back to this spot maybe another day, but just to hit it at first light on the outgoing. And I think you know, we'll probably catch even more fish, and maybe we can catch them in like a different way, or even bring some lighter tackle. Although this setup is super fun. I'm stoked that Josh hooked me up with it. And this is the 8-foot John Skinner surf spinning rod, and the lure weight is 3/8 to 2 ounce, line weight is 10 to 20, and it's moderate action. So pretty sweet. It fits perfectly with the number 5 Visser, and I'd imagine it would fit perfectly with like a VS 150 or VR 75, or like a 5000 Certate, 5000 Vict. You know, the list can go on, and it's like a perfect like early season type rod. Or if you know you're just going to be getting on like a smaller fish type bite, like fish maybe up to like, you know, 30-35 inches like max, then I feel like this setup would be perfect. You know, any bigger than that, I think you'd be outgunned, especially if you were fishing the ocean like we were fishing this morning. Like if I so happened to like hook into like a 30-pounder this morning, that fish would have had like probably like a 90% chance of getting away, or 95% chance of getting away, and I would have had, you know, very little chance of landing it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and until the next video, like always, live to fish, fish to live. Oh my gosh, there's one. As I was cranking it up, that was sick. Woo, yeah.